In today's news, Friday actor John Witherspoon dies.
Come Innovate Business Forum held.
EU funds emergency shelter project.
Colombia elects their first female mayor.
Wildfires are raging in California.
And a date has been set for the United Kingdom's general elections. These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
A pleasant welcome to today's edition of 284 News. It is Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Kyla Kenesha Forbes.
Now, Kyla, I know we are in the middle of Public Service Week. A lot of exciting activities going on. But viewers, we cannot get into the newscast without showing them, of course, a video of the honorables having a good race yesterday. Take a look. Honorable Carmen Malone coming in as a good loser.
A good winner. With that kind of energy,
Who would have known?
He definitely won. Okay?
Of course, Kai Rima took it away as predicted. You know, I think
Honorable Shawande coming in a close second. It was a good race.
But I was really looking forward to Honorable Smith, Neville Sheep Smith, of course.
Oh, yes.
I know he's a sportsman. He's been a sportsman all his life. So it sucks that he was not a part of that race. I'm sure he probably would have been coming in second. Who knows?
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully they can pull it back up. But it was a good race.
It was a good race, and I'm really glad to see members of the public service really taking some time off to have some fun. Topping our newscast today, under the leadership of Honorable Shari De Castro, yesterday the BVI hosted its first Come Innovate Business Forum at Marias by the Sea that saw scores of local entrepreneurs assembling to discuss the prospects of business in the British Virgin Islands. Now, according to the minister, the objective is to gather youth perspective and apply innovative measures through technology to enhance the business ecosystem in the territory. It was quite a healthy discussion, and we caught up with two of the entrepreneurs, of course, who were able to benefit from the session. Listening.
I honestly love the event. I think that it was a learning experience. It was definitely a networking experience. A lot of us in the room finally were able to formally introduce our business services and products to a more public forum, such as the iWeek Business Forum. I love the fact that it was an open and honest discussion as well, where we were able to give our ideas towards the innovation lab that the government and the European Union, through the European Development Fund, are going to embark on. And we're already very excited about that particular gesture because for persons like myself who were startups who are not in a position to rent or lease a commercial space, it would really, really be helpful for us to have that kind of facility that will help us to book client meetings and just having a workspace that is uninterrupted is going to be a dream come true when it actually takes place. And I'm really, really looking forward to hearing more about government plans for small business, because as we know, small business is what really pushes this economy. That's what we do.
Hi, Javon. So I attended the business forum hosted by the Honorable Shari De Castro, and I think that it was amazing. I think that, going into it, not with really much expectation, it turned out to be a great networking opportunity for small businesses in the Virgin Islands. My business, I am a professional makeup artist and I sell luxury high-end products. So me not just being in that field, but having the opportunity to see faces to brand names, local brand names, was great for me, especially if, for upcoming campaigns or events. Just knowing who's who and what's what, and for us, all of us, to come together to give our ideas on how we could improve the small business sector, not just for us, but for the next generation, was great. And, just for us creating in a space that would help the overall territory do well, it felt good to be a part of something like that.
Positive sentiments there from two of our local entrepreneurs. Of course, these sentiments were shared by many of the persons who attended the session yesterday, Kyla. Now, the event, as you know, it ties into a week-long lineup of activities under iWeek that the minister said is a call to action for everyone to come and join the government as they seek to empower businesses and business owners through the tool of innovation. The minister also said that it will be an annual event and promises to launch an innovative business lab next year to support and nurture new startups and existing businesses to conduct their business in a thriving professional environment. Now, the week of activities, it comes to a close tomorrow, Thursday, with the Sip and See cocktail party, which of course will see locals getting together into a local competition, of course, for the innovative business lab that will be launched in 2020. So, Kyla, great things coming from, I should say, under the leadership of our junior Minister of Trade, of course, Shari De Castro.
Definitely.
All right, moving right ahead. The EU is funding some, providing
emergency
funding.
shelter, yeah.
Awesome.
So the European Union will be granting the government of the Virgin Islands 2 million euros to assist in the rehabilitation of emergency centers across the territory. The European Union is a development partner with the government of the Virgin Islands. PAHO will also assist by providing technical oversight for the implementation of this project and financial contribution by covering the salaries for their technical staff, which is assigned to assist in this project implementation. Honorable Reimer said the funding will also provide emergency relief supplies for these shelters, training for the public and the private sector in resilience, safe and green building strategies, and the standards and training in shelter management, inclusive of psychosocial care. 9 community centers, including West End, King Garden Bay, Seacoast Bay, the Anglican Church Hall, Purcell, East End and Longlook, North Sound, Bruce Bay, and the Long Trench Community Center. The Minister of Health and Social Development, Honorable Calvin Malone, made a great point about the significance of our community centers by explaining that they are not only a place of shelter during natural disasters, but they house a lot of activities, Javon, for seniors, children, young people, and civil society.
Agreed.
Definitely. So here's a clip of Minister Malone.
I'm delighted to join with the previous speakers in celebration of this highly relevant and timely emergency shelter repair project, which is made possible through the generous financial support of the European Union through its disaster fund. In times of disaster, we are most starkly reminded of the vulnerability of our infrastructure and our economies, as well as our interdependence and interconnectedness as nations and people of this rapidly changing planet. It is no secret that our homes, businesses, churches, community centers, schools, healthcare facilities, and other critical buildings bore the most visible scars of the hurricanes that devastated the Virgin Islands in 2017. Beyond aesthetics, the full restoration of these buildings is essential to the smooth functioning of the society and remind us that ultimately all disasters have human faces. the boys, girls, women and men, families, social support groups, and communities that struggle to restore a sense of safety and security and the confidence to emerge stronger than before. We have come quite a long way since 2017 with the help of development agencies, donors and humanitarian partners, and volunteers from all walks of life to whom we are eternally grateful and with whose support the rebuilding and recovery continue.
Just as he is grateful, the people of the Virgin Islands is also grateful for the help from these international bodies. Still ahead, Colombia has elected their first openly lesbian mayor, and John Witherspoon dies. Stick around for more 284 news.
The Mighty Sparrow.
Chocolate City, Tortola's BVI. I'm coming to you. You ready? November 16, 2019. It's Tico's 50th anniversary and celebrating Ticolipso. You hear me? A community calypso fundraiser. I can't wait to see. It's going to be fantastico.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Welcome back, everybody. It is with great sadness that we announce the death of John Witherspoon, an actor-comedian who for decades made audience laugh in television shows and films, including the hit Friday franchise. It is reported that 77-year-old longtime actor died suddenly at his home yesterday, and while the cause of death was not announced, his family has since requested a moment of silence and privacy to celebrate his life and legacy. Javon, this man is a true legend.
I agree with you. I agree with you. In the entertainment industry, of course, and has made waves. I mean, this is a man we've grown to know and love.
Definitely, definitely. Born in Detroit, Michigan, 1942, Witherspoon started his career doing stand-up comedy, but would later go on to work in the film, starring in the comedy Friday alongside Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, playing Cube's father, Willie Jones.
He was so funny.
Everyone.
I think he really made, like you said, the Friday franchise what it is. He was one of the most entertaining characters.
I would say so.
And yeah, I remember there's even a quote that's going around now because as a result of his death, something about, you know, when he was teaching his son Ice Cube how to fight, you know, don't punk out,
Right.
learn how to fight. So it's really incredible the imprint that he left on the industry.
Definitely. His son, John David, spoke out about his dad's death, sharing a series of sweet childhood memories on Twitter. He said, and I quote, "So my dad died today, and honestly, I'm not sure how I feel. I'm sad, but I'm also happy for all the great times we had together. We'd roast each other like homies more than father and son, and I really liked that. He was my best friend and idol. Love you, Dad. I'll miss you." I can imagine having a dad as a comedian. That's roasting all day. I don't know.
Right? As a comedian, right?
I
Definitely.
don't know. So, as he rightfully said, the world would miss Mr. Witherspoon, and we offer our condolences to his family, and we wish them all the best.
Yes, and his fans too, like you and I, because I think his fans are really the ones who truly made him who he was. He went from Friday went to the Wayans Brothers show to Boondocks, and so he's played incredible roles throughout history as a black entertainer, and that representation truly matters.
I could only imagine how his co-actors would feel at this time.
A missing piece of the puzzle indeed. Again, we would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and fans of the late John Witherspoon. Now, guys, on the international scene, history was made when Colombian politician Claudia Lopez became the first female lawyer of Bogota, the country's largest city. Lopez will be the first openly lesbian mayor of a capital city in all of Latin America. Now, this woman, she's been making waves for quite a number of years, beginning with when she was investigating corruption as a journalist, and of course, eventually would move into politics. So a lot of great things for Miss Lopez here. She's now the mayor of the largest city in Colombia. Now, after her win, Lopez said, and I quote, "This is a small step for me, but for Colombian women, this is a huge step forward." Kyla, as she rightfully said, this has been hailed as an important advancement and really shows the political progress for both women and the LGBT community, and is really a big deal for Latin America, which of course we know to be a region that is slowly advancing, yes, in improving the LGBT rights, but also where long-standing cultural biases and inequality, those still remain barriers in that region of the world. She further said after her win, quote, "This is a day of the woman. We knew that only by uniting we could win. We did that. We united, we won, and we made history." So Kyla, again, this is a beautiful milestone. Of course, as women, we're always proud of other women really pushing past what we were conventionally defined as, and constricted to the home, as the caretaker, as the nurturer, as the mother.
I agree.
And we are pushing the envelope and really stepping up to the mandate. We see it in the region with Mia Mottley becoming the Prime Minister of Barbados. We see it right here in the British Virgin Islands. Shari de Castro, the youngest female legislator in the BVI.
The youngest legislator altogether.
Period. No, I think Honorable Andrew Foy came in when he was 28 as well.
Okay.
But female, absolutely.
Definitely.
And we see Shireen Flax Charles, of course, the representative, I shouldn't say the representative, the at-large representative, who also hails from our sister island, and so many others. In the election series this year, we had Shayna Smith. We had so many others who were part of the lineup, and it just really goes to show that women are no longer confined by labels.
We're making strides.
And we're just doing it.
Yes, and I love this story, Joe, because for women all over the world, but also in that country, it's just showing young girls that we can break glass ceilings.
Yes, and the possibilities that exist are endless. We can do whatever we put our minds to. So I'm really happy to see all of this happening, of course, in the country of Colombia. Now we have a lot more news coming your way, but we have to go to a quick commercial break. This is 284 News.
When you need to stay connected with friends and families at home or abroad, the best choice for you is Freedom. CCT Freedom. With the lowest rates in the market, our Freedom plan gives you unlimited calls and texting. Plus, our Freedom One package includes 10 gigabits of super fast, unlimited LTE data and unlimited calls to the BVI, USA, USVI, Canada, Puerto Rico, and UK lines. Why pay for overages when you can enjoy CCT Freedom? Stop by at one of our stores today and speak with one of our representatives to find out more about our CCT Freedom packages.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Welcome back, viewers, to 284 News. Now, in California, wildfires are raging at a record rate. Now, this is nothing new to California, but over the last few days, the state has been ravished by wildfires as firefighters struggle to contain multiple fires across the state. We're looking at two specifically. There's the Getty Fire, which erupted early on October 28 near Los Angeles, covering more than 618 acres and forcing thousands to evacuate. The fire raged next to the world-renowned Getty Center, which of course we know as the home of millions of dollars worth of art, but the museum has since been marked safe. At least 6 homes were demolished and another 6 damaged. And while relatively speaking, yes, Kyla, this may not be a lot of homes, for those residents who would have lost everything to this fire, it's just absolutely devastating to think about. Now, experts are also monitoring the Kincaid fire in Los Angeles, which is currently the largest. Now, more than 75,000 acres burning in an area that is dubbed to be twice the size of San Francisco and has destroyed over 100 structures, including 60 homes. Thousands, again, have been forced to evacuate, many leaving behind their homes, including celebrity LeBron James, who tweeted, quote, "Man, the LA fires are no joke. Had to emergency evacuate my house, and I've been driving around with my family trying to get room for hours. No luck so far." He later on mentioned that they did find accommodation and that, of course, he was praying for the families that were affected by the fire. And just a few hours ago, we are also learning that he also sent a taco truck to feed the firefighters, of course, a warm meal as they respond courageously to the fire crisis. Now, even worse than that, however, experts are watching the powerful winds that are expected to pick up at least 60 miles per hour, creating fears of even more devastation from wildfires, as it can contribute significantly to the rate of burning. As you can imagine, the electricity company has since cut off power, leaving millions in the dark, and many cities, Kyla, are now engulfed in smoke. It was said that the California fires has seen a 5-fold increase in burned areas since 1972. And as you can imagine, everybody's pointing their fingers in one direction, and that's in direction of climate change, as we all know it. Now, climate change is not a California issue. No. It's not a Caribbean issue. It's a world issue, and this is a cause that we've been really trying to champion over the years. And more as these things continue to happen, we realize that it's going to take a holistic effort. Everyone needs to get involved, and every little bit of help counts. So we'll continue to monitor this story, of course, and bring you all the details and the updates as they arise in the state of California.
British voters will be heading to the polls on December 12, 2019. The next U.S. election, the UK election, was not due until the 2022, after having elections in 2017. The December 12th election will be the 4th election in less than 5 years.
That's crazy.
Siobhan.
Isn't that crazy? But they wanted it. They wanted it.
They wanted it. So alongside Christmas markets, Christmas sales, and Christmas decorations, the people of the United Kingdom will be bombarded with a very eventful campaign season.
I'm glad you used the word bombarded, because bombarded is definitely the word of the election season. I mean, So
I think
many.
this one is going to be really heavy.
It's going to be heavy because it's so dependent. A lot of factors are dependent on which course it takes. And so a
Yes.
lot of persons are looking to see
Yes.
how it's going to turn
Yes.
out, especially considering Brexit
Mhm.
and
A
not
lot of-
knowing
a
what's
lot
going
of
to
things
happen.
are up in the air for the UK, and this general election is a very important one.
And we here in the BVI need to be paying attention
I
to it.
think so as well. So parties can begin campaigning after the House dissolves next Wednesday, the 6th of November 2019. On Tuesday, 29th October 2019, the members of Parliament finally agreed to the Prime Minister's request to have a general election. After the third Brexit extension, which we talked about earlier this week, the Prime Minister came to the conclusion that the only way out of this impasse was to hold a general election where he strongly believes he can gain a parliamentary majority that would enable him to enact his Brexit plan. The urgency of the new January 31st Brexit deadline and the extent of the parliamentary's deadlock was forced the UK into the polls once again. These results, Joe, it's important. And we would see, depending on these results, we'll see the next course that would be taken as it pertains to Brexit.
Well, like you rightfully said, Boris was fighting for this. He believes that it will work out in his favor, especially as it relates to Brexit. But I don't think he's considering the fact that, he needs 2/3 of the House.
Yes.
And outside of that, he will need support from the opposition, which I think in this case, and considering all the factors
I think
involved,
it's a bit ambitious.
I think he's pushing too much. And, sometimes we really have to be careful about what we wish for. And I honestly don't see this really working out for
In
him.
his
But I guess
favor.
we'll just have
We'll
to
have
wait
to
and see.
December 12th.
We'll have to see.
Yes.
Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram as well as Twitter. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Kyla Kenesha Forbes. We'll see you again tomorrow as we deliver your daily dose of local, regional, and international content. 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news. Happy Wednesday, everybody, and have a good evening.
Toodles.
Every 39 minutes, someone is killed by a drunk driver. Every minute, someone is injured by a drunk driver. 8 teenagers die every day in alcoholic-related car crashes. Motorcycle drivers comprise the highest percentage of drunk drivers in fatal crashes. The highest percentage of drunk drivers involved in a fatal crash are ages 18 to 24. Alcohol affects your reaction time, vision, tracking, concentration, comprehension, and coordination. Remember, when you drink and drive, you put the health and safety of yourself and others at risk. Select a designated driver, carpool, hang out in groups, don't leave your friends behind, and know your limit. 284 Media is concerned about the well-being of all and wishes everyone safety as we traverse the roads. Celebrate in style, but please don't drink and drive.